Hello dear students, in this video we are going to cover the sounds of English. As you all know, there are 26 letters in the English alphabet known as Roman alphabet, but there are 44 distinct sounds which are used to represent the English that we know today. Before studying the sounds, I want you to get familiarized with some basic terms that are used in phonetics. The first is phonetics. It is a branch of linguistics that deals with pronunciation. Phonetics means the study of English speech sounds and how they are pronounced. On the other hand, phonology is the study of speech sounds of a language. The next is IPA. IPA provides a standard, uniform and internationally acceptable system for studying and transcribing the sounds of all languages in the world. It stands for International Phonetic Alphabet. It is the alphabet that is used to denote all the speech sounds that human beings can make. Each of the symbol provided by IPA is called a phoneme. So in English we have 44 phonemes. In Hindi, for example, we have 46 phonemes. RP stands for received pronunciation. English, as we all know, is spoken all over the globe and it has many accents. Each accent is peculiar to the region from where the person hails. Thus, there is a need to choose an accent which would make English from one region comprehensible to the person from the other region. So, RP is the accent of the educated people living in London and Southeast England, which was socially acceptable, and it eventually came to be considered a standard form of pronunciation. Even though standard American pronunciation is vastly different from the RP, but RP or BBC English is considered a model for Indians. I hope the basic terminology is clear to you. Let's start studying the sounds now. We will begin with the vowels. A vowel is a speech sound for whose production there is no obstruction to the flow of air, nor is there any narrowing down of the oral passage so as to cause friction. In English, there are 12 monophthongs, of which there are 7 short and 5 long vowels, and there are 8 diphthongs. So in total, we have 20 vowels. Monophthongs are pure vowels as each consists of one sound. The difference between the short and long vowels is the duration of time that is taken to utter them. Diphthongs, as the name suggests, have dual sounds. The first sound is the E sound. It is a long vowel. The dots after the sound indicates it's a long vowel. So example is east, week, theme. The next sound is E sound, which is without dot. So it's a short vowel. For example, enjoy, bit, dirty. The next sound is A, as in exit, them, ready. The next is A sound, as in angry, rat, catch. The next is a light sound. It is also called the schwa sound. For example, alive, provide, water. The next we have sound, as in urban, person, stir. The next is sound, as in us, come, young. The next is a long vowel, sound, as in ask, smart, mirage. Next we have long oo, as in super, school, chew. The next is oo sound, which is short, as in cook, full, or wood. The next is O sound, that is long, as in author, short, draw. The last monophthong sound is O sound, that is short, as in object, not, and wash. So these were your monophthongs, and now we will do the diphthongs. Diphthongs are 8 in number. The first is the A sound, as in able, raise, rate. The next is OE sound, as in oily, point, toy. The next we have is I sound, as in icy, child, bite. The next is OO sound, as in rural, shore, tour. The next we have is a ear sound, as in ear, severe. The next sound is ear sound, as in air, scary, care. The next sound is O sound, as in open, coast, note. And the last sound is OW sound, as in out, sound, and allow. So these 8 were diphthongs. Our vowels are complete with this, and now let's move to the consonants. A consonant is a speech sound during the utterance of which there is an obstruction to the airflow from the lungs. This obstruction could be complete or partial, and there is an audible friction. There are 24 consonant phonemes in the RP. First is the P sound, as in pen. The next is B sound, as in bad. Then we have T sound, as in tea. D sound, as in do. K sound, as in cat. G in go. F, for. V sound, as in very. Then we have S sound, as in sun. Then Z sound, as in zoo. L sound, as in live. Then we have M sound, as in my. N sound, as in near. H sound, as in hat. R sound, as in red. Y sound, as in yes. W sound, as in want. Th sound, as in thin. D sound, as in this. Sh sound, as in she. J sound, as in vision. Ch sound, as in chain. J sound, as in jam. And the ing sound, as in sing. We further divide the consonants into 3 categories on the basis of voicing, place of articulation, and manner of articulation. During the production of sound, they are either voiced or unvoiced. So in articulation of some consonant, there is vibration of the vocal cords, there is a hum that is caused, and these consonants are called voiced consonants. On the other hand, the consonants in which there is no vibration, because vocal cords are held wide apart, they are called voiceless consonants. You can see this diagram for the reference. By place of articulation, we mean the organs or the place where sound is produced. The main places of articulation for consonants are following. The first is bilabial. In this, the articulators are both the lips. The sound p, b, m, v all represent bilabial sounds. The next we have is labiodental. The active articulator is the lower lip and the passive articulator is the upper teeth. The sounds f and v represent these sounds. The next we have is dental. In this, the tip of the tongue is the active articulator and the upper teeth is the passive articulator. For example, the sounds like th and d. The next place of articulation is alveolar. In this, the tip of the tongue acts as an active articulator and the alveolar ridge as an passive articulator. The sounds like t, l, d, z and s are its example. The next place of articulation is post-alveolar. In this, the tip of our tongue approaches the place just beyond the alveolar ridge without touching it. It is also called an approximant Consonant R is called post-alveolar. The next place of articulation is palato-alveolar. To produce these sounds, the tongue is raised and tapped against the region between hard palate and teeth ridge, also called alveolar ridge. The sounds are ch, j, f, and z. The next is palatal. This sound is produced by using the tongue and the palate. The sound is y. Then we have velar. The sound is produced by using the back of the tongue as the active articulator and the velum or soft palate as the passive articulator. These sounds are k, g, ing, v. Then we have glottal. In this, two vocal cords move closer, leading to narrowing of air passage in the throat. The glottal sound is voiceless, as in h. This is the diagram for different organs of speech. You can look at this for better clarity. The manner of articulation indicates the kind of closure in the production of a sound. No consonant sound can be fully identified without the manner of its articulation. It is the stricture involved in the production of a sound, whether there is a complete closure, partial closure, or just a narrowing that causes audible friction that shows the kind of consonants. So we have different consonants. First one is plosive. In this, there is a stricture of complete closure. There is a complete closure of the air passage at a point in the vocal cord. Then there is a pressure behind this closure, and this closure is then suddenly ended and the air is suddenly released with an explosive noise. The sounds like p, b, t, d, k, g are its example. Then we have affricates. Affricates are like plosives to some extent. In both, the air is stopped and then released, but in the case of affricates, it is released gradually so as to cause friction. Also, the tongue first touches the alveolar ridge and then moves towards the palate. Ch and j are the examples of affricates. Then we have fricatives. During the articulation of these, the air passage is so narrowed that the air is released with audible friction. We have 9 fricatives: f, v, th, d, s, z, sh, j, and h. The next is a nasal sound. When they are uttered, the oral passage is blocked and the air is released through the nose. The sounds like m, n, and ing are its example. Then we have lateral. There is only one lateral, that is l. When this is articulated, there is closure in the center of oral passage and the air escapes on one or both sides. Then we have frictionless continuant. The sound r is produced without causing audible friction. The soft palate is raised, nasal passage is shut, the tip of the tongue is held near the rear part of the teeth ridge, and the rims of the tongue touch the upper side of the teeth. The last is semivowels. They are like diphthongs, but they function as consonants. The two semivowels are v and y. This is your classification of English consonants. I hope when you go through this, you'll have a clarity. Let's quickly rewind what we did today. We did the vowels, in which we learned that the vowels are the speech sound in which there is no obstruction to the flow of air. There are 20 vowels in English. Out of 20 vowels, 12 are single sounds known as monophthongs, and 8 are double sounds known as diphthongs. Then we did consonants. Consonants are the speech sounds in which there is obstruction to the flow of air. We have 24 consonants in English, and these consonants are further classified into 3 categories on the basis of voicing, place of articulation, and manner of articulation. By voicing, we mean presence or absence of vibration of vocal cords. By place of articulation, we mean the organs or place where the sound is produced. And by the manner of articulation, we mean the different ways of producing sounds. That's all for today's video. I hope the sounds of English are clear to you now. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.